For generations, the forest gave life to our families. A beautiful life. In the forest, we thrived. But the earth changed. The fish in the rivers disappeared. The fruits dried from the ground, and our people began to perish. King Itaki decreed that no child be born until the gods smiled upon the forest once again. A child born would be sacrificed to Tupã, the god who gives life to the forest. Iaça, the daughter of the king, was with child for the first time, unknown to her father. King Itaki left the village to search the earth for food, to plead with the gods for grace before the child was born. But the heavens were closed. The day arrived and the child was born. A sacrifice was promised. For many days, Iaça lay in her hut, unable to move from a broken heart, and the gods heard her cries. The husband and the king found the body of Iaça laying among the gifts from the gods. The gods had left a purple fruit that would save our village and bring great prosperity to our people for generations to come. King Itaki, in honor of his daughter Iaça, reversed the letters of her name and called the magical fruit
Açai!
Montevi is a phenomenon. I look at what's happened at Montevi and what's happened with this one little berry, and it's absolutely amazing. I go down to Brazil and we look at this thing, and it's just, we've grown the company to almost $1 billion a year in sales. And over the last 2.5 years, we've bought almost $45 million worth of acai in this little region of Brazil. What really lights me up is what I see happening down in Brazil. We helped some of the processing plants get up and going and get proper pasteurization, and we worked with them, with the locals. You know, there was a temptation for us to go in and build a plant, and as we looked at the model up there and we looked at the people up there, we didn't want to do that. We wanted to work with the local peoples and the co-ops and buy people from all over in the region.
Em 1982, a nossa família veio da Paraíba para o estado do Pará. Meu pai veio, vendeu uma pequena terra que ele tinha lá e comprou uma casa aqui. Comprou 2 caminhões pequenos, 2 truques pequenos, caminhões. E ele começou, no fim da safra de 1982, a negociar o fruto na feira do Ver-o-Peso. E a partir daí, nossa família começou a trabalhar, nunca mais paramos, a família nunca mais parou de trabalhar com açaí. A nossa família, quando veio da Paraíba, não tinha cultura, não tinha educação, tinha as condições de sobrevivência rudimentares, não tínhamos dignidade nós, em relação à própria sobrevivência. Por quê? Porque o que tínhamos para fazer era literalmente só comida. Nós não tínhamos acesso à educação, nós não tínhamos acesso à saúde, nós não tínhamos acesso ao lazer, nenhuma das outras necessidades básicas para tornar uma pessoa digna. E o açaí mudou todo esse panorama.
I met Sandoval. I went out to his place, and he's an amazing man. He put himself through college in the açaí business. His family's been in the açaí business. He's one of these guys that lives in an apartment and has 1 million people at his house all the time. His brother was murdered, and so he took on 3 children of his brothers. He took on these children and raised them, and they had decided that they wanted to build an açaí processing plant, and he wanted to help them out with the money he saved and give them an opportunity to earn income, and they built this plant. And so I was introduced to them, and their plant wasn't even finished. It was, 75% finished, and we placed our first order from them. I think it was like $1 million, and it was like they hit the lottery.
Nesses últimos 3 anos a gente conseguiu colocar que o açaí seria um ramo de sustentabilidade para a família, que até então a gente não acreditava que seria estudar para procurar uma carreira, ser um profissional liberal. E em 3 anos a gente começou a acreditar e apostou e está dando certo. A gente começou a trabalhar com a polpa no mercado nacional e entramos ano passado no mercado internacional.
They've gone from just this little startup processing plant to the largest processor in all of Brazil of açaí.
A razão de sempre estar se investindo na fábrica é uma necessidade premente do mercado. O mercado impõe cada vez mais que tenha tecnologias novas, que tenha processos novos, formas de combate à contaminação, de contenção de riscos cada vez mais exigentes. E aí torna-se, a partir daí, uma bola de neve de cada vez mais tentando atender às exigências do mercado, seja recorrendo ao mercado nacional como financiamento bancário, seja buscando financiamento ou parceiros como o governo para tentar investir e melhorar cada vez mais o parque produtivo.
The example of açaí is very interesting. So we've got literally dozens of good candidates, each one of which needs 2 things. An entrepreneur with capacity to invest and a good imagination for creating markets, and other investments in the research and especially development that will back up this entrepreneur.
There's hundreds of fruits. We in the United States will have an apple and orange, or a few grapes or a banana, and that's it. You go into the rainforest and there's literally hundreds of amazing fruits. And you think, okay, how do we get these things out?
E açaí para essa tribo indígena significa palmeira que chora, ou seja, uma palmeira onde os seus cachos, os cachos dos frutos lembram uma lágrima, tem um sentido de uma lágrima, que significa, portanto, o sacrifício de Iaça para que a tribo indígena nunca mais venha a baixar decretos de sacrifício de qualquer criança que venha a nascer. Eu acredito que o sacrifício de Iaça ainda vai continuar provocando benefícios cada vez mais, não só para a tribo de Itaqui, como para Belém, como para o Pará, como para o Brasil e agora se espalhando para o mundo inteiro.